shit they really ran through.
She says women are acting like they're running things, they're acting like they're high status, but in reality, they're actually ran through, and they have many past partners. Now, that might seem of tangential relevance, but in our cultural context, having many past partners is generally considered a low-status activity. And in most cultures, having many past partners is not, all else being equal, desirable to potential mates. And so what she's saying is, you're saying that you're high status, you're acting like you're high status, you're someone who runs things, but as a matter of fact, you're someone who's low status, you're someone who has had many mates. I'll let her continue.
I spend that 500 before I ever trap you. They thought I was gonna fall off, I hate to bring you bad news.
I believe the trapping line is in reference to baby trapping. She's saying that she wouldn't do that sort of thing.
Through so many racks, a bitch can't even see the flow.
Pretty par for the course. She's flexing the fact that she has so many resources that she can't even see the floor, right? She can throw so much money on the grounds that she can't see the floor. This is very typical of rap music, to signal that you have access to copious wealth.
From Atlanta to LA, the only time I'm back and forth.
And now she says the same thing, but in a more clever way. She's saying, I'm high status, right? I don't go back and forth with people. I'm above arguing with people. I don't go back and forth with people. The only time that I go back and forth is when I'm flying planes. So again, access to resources, high status. These are themes that we're going to be seeing a lot today.
Cheap niggas make you pee. Rich niggas get you both. Gave a Bentley to valet and let that nigga dry the boat.
So now she says something very interesting, and this is something that we've been discussing in our lab to some extent, which is the difference between access to resources and having resources, and actually having control of resources. And what she's saying here is that she has access to mates who have lots of resources, they're very wealthy, but I'm the one who has control of their resources, right? So I can get both the Bentley and the boat, he pays for them, and they're mine. I'm the one who lets him drive the boat, right? So I have control of his resources, they're de facto mine. Because realistically, there are plenty of people who, have a good salary, but they're not really in control of their salary. And she's saying, not only am I in control of my resources, I'm in control of his too. It's quite the flex.
Be quiet, be quiet. Let me pop off. Leave the club, sloppy drunk, come home and get my rocks out. Her bitch from the south, he trying to see me knock his socks off. Told them bitches meet me at the top, think they got lost.
I told everyone I was going to be high status, and I did it, but no one else did. So that's what happened to the people that I was once low status with, is what she's saying.
I'm on go like Grizz. She thought I would kiss her ass, she must ain't took a meds. Shit around my neck.
She's saying you must not have taken your meds if you think that I'm going to kiss up to you. She's essentially saying, if you think that you're higher status than me and I'm going to defer to you in all things, that you are sorely mistaken. You must not have taken presumably your psychiatric medication.
Cost an arm and leg. Swear that nigga set for life, I let him get me preg.
Very interesting flipping of the normal gendered scripts, especially in the context of the baby trap line earlier. She's saying, I swear he'll be set for life if he gets... if I heard her correctly, she said, he'll be set for life if he gets me right? If he gets me pregnant. So she's saying, anyone who impregnates me, set for life. And that's a reversal of the normal gendered scripts around quote-unquote baby trapping someone, which is that, it's a wealthy, high-status male who's worried about that. She's saying, for me, it's the other way around. Any man who reproduces with me, they'll have checks for life. And in Latto's case, that's probably true.
I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Left it to the bank, but shit is not a joke.
She's laughing her way to the bank, as in the colloquial saying, but it's actually not particularly funny because she does in fact have lots of money at the bank.
Say she got a problem, imaginary smoke. Bitches set it up, then put it on the floor. I done it all, feel like shot it low. Left it to the bank, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a problem, imaginary smoke. Bitches set it up, then put it on the floor. I don't know what y'all been told. Bet your mans know if you don't, what's happening?
Put a ribbon on me, I've been acting brand new. I ain't smoking on no Zylo, bitch, I'm smoking on you. Put your bestie in a pack and now I'm smoking her too. I've been ballin' so them hard could've went to LSU. Got so many chains on I can't even see my throat. These hoes don't do enough, that's why I always do the most.
So the opening stanza here is very par for the course. She's flexing resources. She's flexing formidability. She's threatening your friends, right? She's saying that she's going to smoke them, and that she's got lots of resources. She's got so many chains on she can't see that you can't see her throat. Now you guys can't see my throat, but you can see that it's not due to copious resources. I'm just wearing my usual attire.
The most broke niggas give the dick, rich niggas sponsor goals.
And now she says something pretty interesting. She says, broke men, they offer their sexuality. Rich ones, they sponsor goals. They offer resources. And this is a pattern that has been documented in my research, but also the research of others. It's broadly referred to as the dual mating strategy, this idea that there are some men who are useful for some activities, such as copulation, and then there are other men who are more useful for investment. Now, obviously, you'd want the whole package, right? You'd want a man who offers, good reproductive material, but is also someone who's very invested and has resources to invest and is romantic and willing to do that. You'd want the whole package, but if you can't get the whole package, then maybe it's better to build it piecemeal. So you have a male who doesn't have very many resources to invest, but can offer the reproductive side of things. And then you have another male who does the investing side of things. This is something that's not just seen in humans, but to some extent seen in other species as well.
Only thing a nigga get from me for free is free to bros.
But then she clarifies. She says that basically, and this is something that's been documented. I actually read this quite recently. It does seem that some people follow a dualistic mating strategy, then other people are monostrategists, where they don't really do that. And Cardi is clarifying that she doesn't do that. The only thing that men get for free from her is free the bros, which is a saying, right? Free so-and-so. And so she's saying that she needs investment in order to mate with someone. She needs someone invested. And this is something that is sometimes seen, which is that women who are of high mate value, such as Cardi B, right? She probably has access to quite high quality men. She's saying that, these women often want the best whole package because they can actually get it.
Let me pop it off, point me to the biggest slug, baby girl, come top it off. She said she don't like me cause she love me, duh, knock it off. That bitch made some pages just to sub me, but I block them all. All these hoes is mid, got her lurking on my page before she feed her kids.
Very interesting line. So she's saying, this is something we all know about status, which is that high status people tends to have attention paid to them. And so she's saying these women who say that they don't like me, they're paying so much attention to me. So I must be a higher status than them. And then she even makes it reproductively relevant. She says she's lurking on my page before she feeds her kids. I'm so high status that I am taking precedence over her own offspring. And by the way, she's not even investing in her offspring the way she should be. So it's very, typical intrasexual competition here. She's saying, I'm high status, you're low status, and also you're not even prioritizing your own. You're not even good at the normal reproductive activities that you should be. You should be investing in your kids, but really you're deferring to me. That's how high status I am, and that's what a bad mother you are.
Feed her kids, shitting on these bitches, dunking on their heads. Get these hoes some melatonin, put their ass to bed. Nigga cry for what? Bitch, these are denim tears. I'm sexy dancing in the house, I feel like Britney Spears. So put it on the floor, just like their career. What they got on me, bodies in a couple years.
Pretty interesting and pretty standard. She's saying that, and it goes back to the original conversation that we had today. She's saying that the only things that they have on me, the only things they have more of than me are things that when you have more of them, it's a cue to low mate value. So she's saying they've got a few years on me. Okay, cool. Being older as a woman is generally not associated with positive things. Certainly not in most, not in attractiveness contexts. And they've slept with more people before, which is, again, as we discussed at the start, not necessarily associated with status or attractiveness. So she's saying, yeah, I've got more of them than everything. The only thing that they have more of than me is stuff that makes you less desirable. Interesting, and quite clever as well.
I done it all, feel like shot it low, laughing to the pain, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a problem, imaginary smoke, bitches set it up, then put it on the floor.
I believe that's the end of the song. A pretty interesting one. I mean, some might say I'm reacting quite late to this. You know, I'm on the bandwagon too late. But it's a culturally relevant song. I mean, I looked it up before, and it's got its own Wikipedia page. And I like reacting to Latto. She hasn't released any new music as of late, and so I figured it would be useful to go back to some of the hits. I also think this is a good song for teaching, as it touched on a lot of themes that I like to discuss. So thank you for joining me, and let me know in the comments what I should cover or react to next.